Hello everyone, my name is Rami. And my name is Agata. We are both members of IVSA Symposium. We are recording this video to present our idea for methodology of workflow. We are also speaking on behalf of the industry and taking food as many people members of IVSA Symposium. We are very sorry about not being able to communicate in person that we may make up in the future. Our main goal is to create a community of the users that can become more like website. Between good models and free models of necropsies and pathological organs, accompanied by descriptions and your comment section where participants can discuss it case in hand. There will also be a more theoretical part of the website with webinars and written summaries of case studies and papers. On a more technical note, we have the needs and the technologies to help members create 3D models, but we will discuss that another time. We would like to hear more because our future
The chair will now entertain a motion to suspend these for 2 minutes. Susanna? Susanna Salvatori, IVSA Italy, Any discussion? Any objections? Seeing none, we're at ease. You cannot leave. Also, I've unbuttoned my pants because I need to sit, and it's too much for me right now, so I'm not even gonna apologize. I'm aware. And hopefully now it works.
Hello everyone, my name is Giovanni.
I'm Annalisa.
It's on the HDMI. Can we continue this?
We are recording this video to present our idea for pathology network. We are also speaking on behalf of Sergio Menesso, Jacopo Filippini, and Simone Miniti, all members of IVSA Italy. We are terribly sorry about not being able to attend this GA in person, but we will make up for it in the future. Our main goal is to create a community of pathology enthusiasts by creating a forum-like website in which we will upload photos and 3D models of necrosis and pathological organs, accompanied by descriptions and or a comment section where participants can discuss the case at hand. There will also be a more theoretical part of the website, home of webinars and written summaries of case studies and papers. On a more technical note, we have the means and the technologies to help members create 3D models, but we will discuss that another time.
We would like to create a bond between the participants to allow future physical exchanges under IVSA's banner and exchanging information by presenting cases that are specific to certain IVSA MOs. For these reasons, we believe that we will be able to collaborate with various committees and networks. For example, the Standing Committee on One Health by presenting the clinical and epidemiological aspects of zoonosis or other pathologies of major interest, along with the macroscopic presentation. Standing Committee on Animal Welfare, because necropsies are not an end in themselves, but are aimed at to promote animal well-being and reduce our impact on the environment. We want to allow students to have a better understanding of what the pathology world is all about. And for this reason, we are collaborating with Italian professors who are diplomats of the European College for Veterinary Pathologists. The Pathology Network would also be able to establish collaborations with various organizations, such as the European College itself or the Davis Thompson Foundation, with the aim of promoting new initiatives and increasing the benefits for the students interested in the subject. We thank you for your time and consideration, and we will now leave room for any questions you may have. Our colleague Jacopo and the Secretary of CC and ERO, Susanna Salvatori, will be answering your questions on our behalf. Thank you very much, and hope to see you soon.
All right. Thank you to IVSA Italy for presenting this proposal. I would like to open the floor for questions now. Also, to quickly explain, we're not actually, right now, we're just talking about whether or not maybe we should have a new network within IVSA. So this is just a proposal coming from IVSA Italy. So now we're opening the floor for feedback from you guys. Do you guys think it's a good idea? Do you not think it's a good idea? Why do you think so? Why do you not think so? And then we're just going to kind of wait to see how this discussion goes. We brought this to the GA because opinions within EXCO, within the officials, are very divided. So that's why we haven't made a decision ourselves. So we're kind of relying on your input here. And then depending on how it goes, we're gonna move to a vote, probably to see like what your decision is. That?
I think that pathology is one of the most important subjects the veterinary fields, but it's not just there's not one, but there's multiple things. And if we were to create networks or committees for each subject, it will not end. And maybe we can do all what they propose for the SCOVI, like the web portal dedicated to the pathology, but other subjects like biomedicine or I don't know, uh, pharmacology or other stuff. Like we don't need to create a pharmacology network uh, and other networks in each veterinary subjects. Thank you.
Thank you, Taha. Susanna?
Zuzanna Czekaj, IVSA. I just wanted to say that we are having resources like that on our EduPlus website for free about pharmacology, about pathophysiology, about pathology. So yeah, it's kind of the same with the HASEC.
Kirsten?
Kirsten Abraham, IVSA alumni. As much as I think it's honorable that you guys are so active and you want to do a network for every single subject, we also have to keep in mind that we have a position currently, a CC, who is in charge of all of that. So if we establish each year a network for a new subject, I don't think that the CC will let us sleep again. And I'm not sure if you want to have that. But as I wanted to state, so that's of course just an opinion I have. If you think differently, feel free and do it. Just keep in mind that we have so many subjects, and if we establish a network every single year, which is currently the case, I'm not sure how this will go on.
Jacqueline? Jacqueline Gosens, IVSA Belgium. If she wants to, I would like to know the CC's opinion. If I can ask them.
You may always ask for an EXCO opinion.
Please, dear CC, what is your opinion?
Please do not address the people. Address me. Okay. EXCO, do you have an opinion? They do. They prepared this. Of course.
So EXCO has discussed this, and we are partially at Karina Kazek, IVSA EXCO. Thank you. So of course EXCO has discussed this, and we did put it to a vote, and EXCO is partially against the creation of a new network.
Let us see, IVSA Greece. Since you said, since it was said that the opinions are divided, I guess some think there are some benefits to the new network. I would like to know what these benefits are.
Thank you. Any questions? Susanna?
Susanna Salvatori, IVSA Italy. To answer the previous speaker question, I think that all the benefits that this proposed network would have are in the video that we just heard. And they're very well summarized, I think. Anyway, I would just want to point out that yes, we have SCOVI, yes, we have a lot of committees, and we cannot create a network or a committee or a community on every single thing. I think pathology is not just a subject of veterinary medicine. I think it's a very important part, and is usually very bad taught, as in we usually don't have the resources enough to be able to study this subject. And I know that in some countries they even have less than we have in our country. So as IVSA Italy, we thought that to open this kind of experience that we're having, these kind of facilities that we have, and this kind of good professor, European diplomatic professor, to everyone. And I think this is a really, really beautiful project because it really worked hard for that by already having a lot of permission by the dean, permission by professor, and also a lot of availability by a lot of professors of the Italian MO. So I just want to point out that, yeah, this.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions or comments from the floor? Lauren?
Lauren Meeker, IVSA USA. So it sounds like one of the main problems here is that there's just a clarification, I guess. There's like one person on the EXCO that is responsible for all committees and for all the networks. Would it ever be possible to create another position on EXCO, so separating that so there's not so much work for one person to do, allowing more subjects to be created so people have community where they find their interest?
As chair, I can just answer that question. EXCO positions can be created, of course, also with GA approval. But like it does impact like the budget and everything a lot and just like the structure in general. So that is also a thing to keep in mind. Tahara?
Tara Jusnik, IVSA Slovenia. So I would say that I am interested in pathology a lot. And I'm wondering if this network is not created, what kind of opportunities could maybe SCOBY and I guess with the help of CC or whatever, try to create like internships, externships, stuff like that. So students who are still interested in pathology could get more opportunity to come. Like, is that a possibility? Well,
Thank you. Jacopo?
Jacopo Filippini, IVSA Italy. I personally think a network on pathology could allow to create such possibilities like scholarships or something for the IVSA members in the European College of Pathology, for example. Just one idea. That's it.
Thank you. Marta is first.
Marta Maserdotti, IVSA Italy. I just wanted to ask whether it is possible to find a compromise because I get that we have many different considerations here. Some people say that maybe another network would be too much, but at the same time, we are standing in front of a great opportunity because, as many people underlined, pathology is a core subject which opens many opportunities for other studies. So it will be really a pity not to cooperate with these people, with these amazing professors. So maybe would it be possible to integrate this network into Scholarly Works?
Thank you. Trinity? I'm sorry, Susanna, I can give you the floor as long as there's new people speaking.
Trinity, IVSA Ireland. I actually like the idea of a pathology network because I really like pathology. I think it all depends on the people involved and how hard it would be for them to set it up themselves and how much we'd need to be like, or how much collaboration and how much help they need. Because from seeing with the equine network, like equine can seem like a niche subject and it's like, well, why don't we have a big, if you go everywhere with that, you suppose like poultry network and go on and on. But we didn't really approach the equine network the same way. Like the pathology network yeah, it's a core subject and it comes into nearly everything when you're working out a clinical case, or will come into it at some point, and it helps your way of thinking and applying your physiology. So I'm personally in support of the NEST network.
Yes. I'm sorry.
Belli, IVSA Italy.
I knew that. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I think it's really important. Like pathology is not a static subject because it's different from whenever you study. Because in my country, I study injuries that are typical of my country, and like we know that parasites are the different injuries, and like I study in Italy, we study only Italian parasites. So it will be really interesting having a network in ISA which is globally distributed, so that we can have even a demonstration of various injuries in all over the world, and it will be in one place, so in one network.
Thank you. Avnish?
Avnish Gala, IVSA India. Like most of the previous speakers have said, pathology is a very important subject for us as veterinarians, and it is a massive subject that covers a lot of things. But as IVSA, we still deal with a lot of engagement issues in a lot of MOs in a lot of regions, and adding another network when the current two are already low in engagement might not be a very good idea. So maybe I would like to suggest that we focus on increasing SCOVI's reach through EduPlus, and then at a later date or a later term, you start proposing new networks when our current two networks are already well established.
Susanna?
Susanna Jagay, IVSA Balance. So answering the question of previous speaker, I think, I don't know, but answering your all questions about SCOVI and stuff like that. So as I said before, at IVSA SCOVI Edu Plus website, we are having a whole subdomain about pathology, and to be honest, we are having link to the virtual library of pathology, photos of pathology, website when you can check everything. I know having a network will be very cool idea and I like it, but I just wanted to say to all of these people which are talking about involving SCOVI and stuff like that, that we are having resources like that, and if anyone would like suggest any new resources about pathology, but also about any other subjects, we also have a special link in which people can do this.
Thank you. Tara. Oh, Konstantina's new.
Konstantina Luka, IVSA Greece. I think that the future of IVSA is creating more networks and more committees that will be focused on the different subjects of IVSA. But I think that the timing for that now is not it. I believe that this is the future and this is where we're going, but we need to take small steps and make the basis stronger in order to be able to support more committees and more networks.
Thank you. Then Tara.
Rahmani, IVSA Morocco. As I said, we were to have like a network for each one, like a network for dentistry, oncology, one for, I don't know, there's radiology, there's a lot. So what I suggest, what I propose is that we have some, like just an idea, we can elaborate it. We have like the SCOVI, and like if we can have a special structure of the committee, which is like a subcommittee for pathology, for each discipline or subject, so that people can find themselves and dedicate themselves more in each subject, and so that we can have more involved people, maybe, as we can see the enthusiasm of Italian speakers that were very inspiring. Thank you.
Thank you. Yuri.
Yuri, I just say Exco. Yeah, so I just wanted to add up on actual decision and the justification that was made there on why we are partially against the creation of this new network. So our main goal right now is to have more defined criteria of what we want with our networks and also strengthen the ones that we currently have, right? So we have 3 networks at the moment. Of those 3, 2 are still not fully networks, right? So they're still in those this 2-year period, pending on approval to become permanent. So we thought it was better to focus on this right now instead of having a third one that is temporary that we need to focus our efforts as well. I also would like to suggest the chair to move for a raising card vote since we're having this discussion.
Do you want? Okay, any further discussion? Constantina? Okay. Is there? No, I'm just gonna go. Oh, wait. Yes.
Constantina Luca, IVSA Greece, I move to proceed to a vote.
Can you just rephrase it to say like Constantina Luca, IVSA Greece? I move to approve the creation of the IVSA
Yes.
of a new network of
IVSA
pathology.
Greece, I move to approve the creation of the new IVSA network
On pathology.
on pathology.
All right. Thank you. No, I'm not doing any objections. I'm doing a card vote because there's been discussion. All right. I would also like to, I entertain a motion to stand at ease for 5 minutes. Ivana? I feel better now. I'm sorry.
Ivana Bendy, IVSA Italy, I so move.
Second.
Any discussion? So I'm just gonna call you guys at ease, to stand at ease. So 5:48 Ljubljana time. PM, of course. Okay. If you're like, what's going on with her? I feel really nauseous right now, so I need a little bit more time for everything. But we'll be fine. We'll get there. Just don't mind me when I'm not as funny or I just don't know what to say at times. That's because I'm having some issues. Let me see. Okay, meeting's back to order. You guys know what to do. Based off of the discussion that we just had and hearing like some opposing views, I as the chair object to just do. I don't know what to do now.
One more.
No. Yes.
At the discretion of the chair may call for a card raising vote.
Yeah,
Or,
that's what I said.
Yeah, but so if the chair would like to proceed to a card raising vote, the chair may just do it.
No, yeah, so that's what I said, but then they looked it up and they said I need to object. They just looked it up in Robert's rules. Anyways, I did it. We're gonna go to a car raising vote. Okay, everyone get your phones out for your countries. The motion on the floor is creating this network on pathology. And, well, it's very easy. Green is for, which means you want this network to be created. Red is against, which means you don't want it to be created. Abstain is white, which means you don't want to formulate an opinion. Susanna?
Susanna Salvatori, IVSA, for information. Can please someone clarify what's the procedure if the network is approved, if it's just approved, if we have to create some kind of task force to, and then it has to be approved again or not? Just clarify that, please.
All right, so what's going to happen if the GA agrees to creating this network is there's going to have to be a task force. Yeah, okay, can I? Okay, there's going to have to be a task force. They're going to work on coming up with a strategic plan on how to actually make this into a new network. And then the network is going to be presented in Denmark. There is going to be approved. A chair is going to be elected, and then there's going to be a 2-year period where it's a temporary network. And then after those 2 years are over, it's going to be brought back to the GA again. Same with the equine network and the wild and exotics network. And then the GA is going to, no, just EXCO can reevaluate and whether or not it should be a permanent part. That is the GA. Okay, yeah. Yeah. And then after 2 years, we either make it a permanent one or we say goodbye forever. Susanna? Oh, Madi.
Benjamin IVSA Morocco. Task forces are created at the discretion of EXCO, so the GA may direct EXCO to create a task force. But if the GA votes on creating the IVSA network right now, it's just created. So it's not a task force that we're creating, and we're not voting on the creation of a task force. We're voting on the creation of the network, as stated by the motion that the previous speaker made.
The chair entertains a motion to stand at ease for 2 minutes.
Leda Castilla, IVSA Greece, I so move.
Any discussion? Any objection? We're at ease for 2 minutes. And yeah, we're back in order. Konstantina.
Konstantina Luka, IVSA Greece. I move to withdraw my motion about creating the new IVSA network on pathology.
Any discussion on withdrawing? Any objections? Seeing none, motion is withdrawn. Okay, we just did that because we would be in a tough spot if we had to have this this network right here, right now, this second, because we wouldn't be able to elect a chair for it until Denmark, and also there's like a lot of planning and structuring goes in advance of actually making something like this, so that's why we've withdrawn it. Now, someone can remove it, like in different wording, so that it's more like that we're going to start a task force. So I'm just putting it out there. Susanna.
Susanna Salvatori at Italy. I move to create a task force for the creation of a new IVSA network on pathology.
Is there any discussion on this motion? I just kind of want to go to a vote because we've already had discussion on this motion, basically. But, Taha?
Many IVSA Morocco. I just want some clarification about what is a task force.
Okay, thank you. That was a good question. I'm sorry I tried to not make you ask it. A task force is a structure within IVSA that can be created by EXCO or by the General Assembly, of course, and it is always appointed a chair, and then it can have members from any one of you, any one of our IVSA members. It's a temporary structure that only exists to serve like a single purpose. So like task forces we've had in the past, let's say we have our OC manual task force where they have one specific project of rewriting the OC manual, and that's what they do. So this task force would only exist for as long as they're planning and scheduling the creation of the IVSA pathology network. So it would be dissolved after it's the creation of the network or the no creation. Susanna?
Susanna Salvatori, IVSA Italy. So by doing this, we are eventually approving the task force that will then propose a strategic plan in Denmark, and then in Denmark we will approve eventually we would vote on approving the creation of a new network, right?
Exactly.
So that means that we're giving them the opportunity to explain what they're doing. How do you say that? Concretely stating what they want to do and what they have in mind, and then we can just rethink about it in Denmark. That's what I wanted to clarify.
Thank you for your comment. So yes, indeed, we would only be creating a task force on it. They would then move to actually approve the new network in Denmark, and then the GA can vote either for or against it. Okay. I, as chair, also object to this motion. So based off of the fact there's been discussion, so we're going to do a card raising vote. Okay, so get your phones out again. I assume, since it is basically the same thing, you still know how to cast your votes. If someone wants more time to like think about this, guys, hey, if you want to discuss this, ask for a stand at ease. Don't just start discussing amongst yourselves. Seeing that no one's raising their hand, there is no discussion and you know how to cast your votes. So I'm calling for the card raising vote. Everyone, please show your phones. Yeah, okay. No, we're gonna have to do a roll call vote because it's still divided. We need 2/3 of a majority, so we need 66.67%, which is 33 votes in total. Oh, 32? No. Then it's 30 because Serbia, 31 because Serbia has 2 votes. Yeah, okay. Yes, roll call vote. What is it? James is going to call every single MO one by one, and then out loud, you state your votes to the GA. James is going to keep track of it, and then we announce the results, and we have it, okay? James, are you ready? We need a second.
Point of order?
Yes, Mehdi? Mehdi Amghani,
IVSA Morocco. I do not believe that the bylaws call for a 2/3 majority in order to approve this motion or similar motions. So maybe parliamentarian could look into it and tell us if we need only an absolute majority of 50% plus 1 vote.
Technically, that was not a point of order. It was just a parliamentary inquiry. So, Matteo, would you please look it up for us?
I move to standard ease for 2 minutes.
Any discussion? Any objection? We're at ease. For like the 5th time in like 5 minutes. All right, everybody sit down again. That was a very short stand at ease. Everyone, sit your asses down. Thank you. I'm calling it back to order at 6:06 p.m. I'm going to remind everyone what we're going to vote on exactly, which is creating a task force that's going to come up with a proposal to create a new IVSA network on pathology specifically. Yeah. And to clarify once more, that proposal will then be voted on. So which means that if we would vote on approving creating this task force, that does not automatically mean that you're voting for approving the network itself. There's a difference. Now we're just talking about voting on having people look into this. All right, and then just to clarify what I said before, we only need 50% because it's a simple majority, it's a normal motion, so we only need 50% of the votes to get this approved. All right, now James is gonna lead our roll call vote. James? Okay. Nothing is going really well today. We're very sorry, and we appreciate your patience with us.
IVSA Algeria.
No, you say it out loud. You need to speak. You need to
speak it.
the words. Two votes. Yeah, okay. You say 2 votes for, 2 votes against, 1 vote this, 1 vote that. You need to explicitly say it like this, okay? Sorry, I didn't
A
explain.
reminder, you can abstain as well as one of your votes.
Yeah, of course.
IVSA Belgium. IVSA Brazil.
Garcia, IVSA Brazil. One against, one absent.
IVSA Croatia. IVSA Czech Republic. IVSA Denmark. IVSA Germany. IVSA Greece. IVSA India. IVSA Indonesia. IVSA Ireland. IVSA Italy. IVSA Morocco. IVSA Norway. IVSA Peru. IVSA Poland. IVSA Slovenia. IVSA South Korea. IVSA Switzerland. IVSA Taiwan. IVSA Thailand. IVSA the Netherlands. IVSA UK. IVSA USA.
Okay, and we have a simple majority, so it passed. Which means we had 25 in favor. I mean, we have 25 in favor, which means it passed. All right. Yay. There's going to be a task force on this. Tara? Taha? No, I was wrong. We just need a simple majority because it's a normal motion. Yes. But you paid attention very well to things I say, so I thank you for that. Up next on the agenda is 74 Excellence Award, our lovely MOD. Okay. Vanda Ducic, IVSA Expo. So we are having an Excellence Award. Yay! You might ask yourself, what is Excellence Award? Excellence Award is awarded by the Exco twice a year, so once on the symposium, once on the conference, to an IVSA member that, in their opinion, has excelled within their position in IVSA. So basically, we open the forms, and then somebody needs to nominate you and write good things about you, and then we decide who gets the Excellence Award based on this explanation. Yay! Nominees can be an EO, a committee member, an IVSA official, an OC member, or any other IVSA member. So this is our top 5 Excellent Award nominees in alphabetical order, so you don't know who is first, who is last one. We also have some people who are here, so yay. So, can we have the drum roll? The winner is Mohana Marate, IVSA India. And that's it. Apply for the Excellence Award in the Congress. Teacher.
Yay, it's me again. I'm trying to write these notes, but it's not going well. I'm not going fast enough, and I feel like discussion is happening, so I might not have time to finish everything, but we will see. Otherwise, I'll just write it on your t-shirts tonight. All right, which means, oh my God, guys, we have arrived at any other business. Any other business is an opportunity for everyone here to bring something up that was not in the agenda, or maybe wasn't the agenda you want to talk about again. And then it's open for the floor. It's open to the floor for discussion. Yeah. So I want to ask, does anyone have any other business? Exco always does. So Yuri.
Yuri, IVSA Exco. Yes, I do. We always do. So, yeah, I wanted to bring up, as we mentioned, we make a few announcements. I guess everybody was there a couple of days ago. And well, in the announcement, it was mentioned that this was going to be a topic during AOB. So, as you guys know, and also so that this is in the minutes, we did have some cases of sexual harassment happening during our event. The problem was already dealt with, right? So we expelled that person from the current event and also from all future IVSA events. Besides this, as promised, what EXCO would like to do and bring to Denmark are some proposals of changes and improvements in the code of conduct, right? So for that, we want to use our newly elected DEI chair, DEI task force chair for that. So bring them to this discussion as well. How can we improve? As well, we would like to add inside the code of conduct a standard of procedure on how EXCO should move on in case something like this happens during an event. So basically, all the steps that we need to do, the order of the steps, since this will also be a way to help future EXCOs and also at the same time be more transparent with all the involved and everyone that has interest to know how EXCO deal with those situations. Okay. Besides this, we are also going to take into consideration measures that can be taken in order to prevent this from happening. Since right now the only thing we have is if happens, what should we do, right? But of course, we want always to avoid those kinds of situations. So how can we improve our events so this does not become an issue for everyone, right? So yes, I just wanted to bring this up as promised.
Oh, I have my own. I forgot. Okay, let's see. Is there any discussion? Anyone else that wants to say something about this? Kennedy?
Trinity Dockery, IVSA Ireland. In addition to that, it's just an idea. Maybe the Wellness Committee could also have workshops to talk with veterinary students that have already probably experienced this sort of thing already, because it's not really, it's a bit of a taboo subject. Of course, it should never happen, but it would be nice to have that as part of wellness in a way, because when we're at school, we may not always have someone to talk to, and it would be nice if IVSA could be there for us.
Thank you. Is there anyone else that would like to say something about this? Any insights? Livia?
Livia Garcia, IVSA Brazil. I would like to point out and also make a proposal that we also create an anti-corruption commitment, so people feel safe to do and feel safe in any event that IVSA.
Thank you, Martha.
Martha was about the IVSA easily point of information. Could the previous speaker please repeat what the purpose?
Livia?
Livia Garcia, IVSA Brazil. I propose that we create an anti-oppression commitment. Oppression. Point of information. It is supposed to be like a group with minorities, so LGBT people, black people, women, so people in general feel comfortable and feel like they are representative they have representation to these people, so they feel more comfortable to tell if anybody happens to these people.
Thank you. Anyone else that wants to share their opinion on what IVSA can do in cases of sexual harassment? Seeing none, I open the floor for any other business. Vanda?
Vanda Ducic, IVSA Exco. So as you might know or not know, usually after the event we do these evaluation forms. We do them so to help us see what was like good in the event, what was bad, what needs to be improved, etc., and make future events better. However, usually delegates after they go home, they mostly never fill it in, and then we have a lot of. I mean, we don't have a problem, but it would be nice to know if we can improve some things for you. So what I am going to do right now, I will send you a link with the evaluation form. So you. Okay, and we will give you some time here to fill in this form. So hopefully we will get more delegates to answer our evaluation form. Thank you. Oh,
That's fine. The chair will now entertain a motion to stand at ease for 5 minutes. Any discussion? Oh, wait, I can't do that yet. You're clean. Jacqueline Gosens, IVSA Belgium, myself. Any discussion? We're going to use these 5 minutes so you guys fill out the forms. Seeing none, we are at ease. I'm calling it back to, I'm calling it being the meeting back to order at 6:40 p.m. Ljubljana time. Last time I got to say it. Oh my God. All right. Is there any other business? Okay. Now we get to the exciting part because I'm going to be able to entertain a motion I've not yet entertained so far. Okay, guys, prepare yourselves. The chair will now entertain a motion to adjourn this meeting of the General Assembly. Fonda.
Vanda Dušić, IVSA Exco, I so move.
Any discussion? Any objections? Meeting's adjourned. Thank you, everyone. All right. I just want to firstly thank everyone for being a part of IVSA, for being a part of this General Assembly. I really enjoyed being up here, and I really enjoyed it even more because of how active all of you were. I really appreciate the participation. I really appreciate you taking this so seriously, even when we're all tired, a little tired sometimes. So thank you so much for speaking up and contributing to what is our amazing organization. We have other announcements too.
Hello everyone. So this is me annoying you for the last time to go and find me there during after the GA because you need to buy the merch, especially the Slovenian merch because the laces are handmade. They were handmade. They were made by the grandmother of one of the OCs, and you need to buy them. Also the mugs because if you don't buy them right now, we won't be using them and. We want to raise money for the development fund. So please support us and buy the mugs and the traditional laces. Also, you can collect your auction items. Thank you.
All right. I also want to quickly mention, guys, please, I know there's going to be a lot more announcements as well, so we can't leave just yet. Here's lots of pictures from the photo booth from yesterday. I will be leaving them up here. If you feel like you missed some of your pictures, check this out. They might be in here, okay? Is Constantina here? Yes. Constantina also wants to speak.
Yes, as I can see, you're still writing notes. That's great because I checked real quick the bags and they have already enough, but we want more to fill it like up to the top. So what we're going to do is Philip now puts the little notes there. I will take the bags, put them in the hostel. I will tell you where. You can keep putting up in there your notes. And today at midnight at 12, you're gonna get the bags, you're gonna open the bags, and you're gonna read the notes. Good? Good.
Hey guys, wow, it's so cool that we've finished with this, and we have